that there is something terrible about this bench, and that is not fair. It is an open court. Let them say it all. My Lord, I think it is Lord Cromwell who said, if you want to paint a picture of me, don't embellish it. Say it what and all. If they have any allegations now that we are broadcasting these proceedings to the world, if they have an allegation of any impropriety against any judge, they can't make the claim of a gallery agency. We don't want to go there. We submit. The reason they do that is because on the paper, everything being alleged is frivolous.
What's going on? I don't understand what's happening.
Whose machine is
There's
wrong?
something wrong somewhere. What's happening? I'm edited. I'm going to go.
You can't.
Is there something going on that is wrong?
That is the gallery. Not this one. It's the gallery. There must be something wrong with the gallery. So
My Lord,
it is
may I address,
technical.
may I address my land friend?
Just a minute, just a
May I
minute.
make a comment on what the man
No,
friend?
just a minute, please. If you are using a gadget and your gadget could be causing this noise, please just set it properly.
May I make a comment, my Lord? May I remind my land friend very, very respectfully. It is our duty to protect
My Lord, they are not protecting the court. They are telling the whole world that this court is improper. It is improper notice. They can't have it both ways.
May I say what I want to say?
When they apply for recusal, they go the honor, you don't apply for recusal of
I
judges.
think,
And then you don't.
I think the proper way, Dr. Khaminwa, let parties submit according to the directions which we gave. And according, again, there is an application supported by affidavit. There are averments in those affidavits, and because some of those averments actually touch on us, but we cannot defend ourselves, we would be satisfied if you read them even verbatim, so that the world knows that these are your complaints against the bench.
My Lord, may I say something? May I say something? My Lord, as your lordship is aware, at times when you are in the court, not in court,
Okay, Dr. Khaminwa, please say what you want to say.
yeah, you will say to a judge or judges that I have information that I would like that shows clearly that you cannot hear this matter. Can we go to the chamber so that I can disclose that? I'm not asking that you go to the chamber. Also, I'm saying, as lawyers or as advocates, we are also under duty to protect the judicial officers and to protect the institution of the judicial.
I think
That's what I'll say much more.
That is okay. I think one way of protecting judicial officers is by disclosing in open court like this what is there.
Arena of politics. Reality may be completely different. Indeed, I believe it is different in the case before your lordship. I appear before you very often. I have never entertained any idea about your standing in relation to justice. But the perception now that has been painted by my able learned friends, clients, Mr. Lebonville, Mr. Kibe, and Mr. Macharia, that there is a sizable portion of the Kenyan population which will not be happy to hear you sit and listen to this case at all. And may I remind your lordship very respectfully, impeachment is politics of the country. There's no way you can move away from that at all. I would respectfully refer you to a book I've taken the trouble to read.
Your Honor, sorry for the interruption. We are muted again. Perhaps we could be unmuted so that we follow the proceedings.
I wonder why it has happened in respect of Khaminwa. Can I speak now? Can I speak?
Yes, you know the
Yeah.
Yes. Your Honor, there is a book here, Politics of Presidential Impeachment. Politics of Presidential Impeachment. I've taken the subject during the weekend to read this book. Impeachment is politics of the country. There is no way you can remove it from the politics of the country. And that's why I'm saying Europe is very structured. That as you have been told, there are some people who feel very strongly that it should not be like this case. Get out. Let them get out of the judges to hear the case. You have no vested interest in the matter. There's no reason for you to remain in the case when other people you wanted to hear the case at all. May I remind you, my lords, when we are hearing impeachment cases, advocates should be able to think broadly and bring to your notice the culture of the people that you are serving. There is a little song it's a song that is sung by a little girl in Kenya. And those of us who listen to the Kenyan radio may have heard of it. He says in Kiswahili, Kenya ni nchi ya watu akili kidogo. He sings very beautifully. Kenya ni nchi ya watu kidogo. Na wanataka kitu kidogo ndio fanye kitu. Majority of our people are not the people who are in this country. Majority of our people are people who have not had the advantage of receiving the education, the training that the judges and the advocates and the members who are in this room. And as one of my old friends very aptly pointed out, majority of the people believe that the case before you has been engineered by the politics of the country. And if some of them believe that your lordships cannot hear them, again, I say to you very, very respectfully, you stand to lose nothing. You better leave the case, let other people hear the case, and you will continue to maintain the. My Lord, we will go back to the politics of impeachment. This matter was first heard in the National Assembly. The National Assembly very overwhelmingly stated that the Deputy President had to be impeached. It was then referred to the Senate, and the Senate again said very overwhelmingly that the Deputy President was guilty and convicted accordingly. My Lord, the stories that one hears in the streets of Nairobi, the stories that one hears elsewhere, you cannot afford to penny, I don't ignore it. Stories like members of parliament were each given handsome amount of money. That may be so, or may not be so, but it doesn't matter. They have made the point that members of parliament received bribes, and they handed down a decision which majority of people believe that it was a corrupt decision. You cannot afford to ignore that. Now, when you go to the Senate, you are told the same thing, that members of the Senate received money in what is called white Russia or something like that, white Russia. They received money from known people. Again, you cannot afford to ignore that at all. Now, when they come to the judiciary, they expect the best. They expect people who have got integrity. They expect people who can hear them and who they cannot suspect at all. But if then they are suspecting some people, whether truthfully, whether honestly or not, it is my humble submission, the natural thing as a judge, if I was sitting where your lordship are sitting, I would say, as Khaminwa, I'm walking out. Do not say it. It is the judiciary that people have got confidence in. And I may remind you, your lordship, very respectfully, it is the judiciary that people of Kenya actually have respect for. It is the judiciary, the judges, that people think that can do good in Kenya. When we had a problem in the year 2007, it is the judiciary that saved the country. When we had a problem recently during the time of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and the matter went to the Supreme Court, it is again the judiciary that saved the country. Now, if you find people now are questioning the very institution of the judiciary, it's my humble submission that as a judge, just move on. Say thank you and moving out. That does not necessarily mean that there is something wrong with you at all. And as I've said, my lords, I've spent many years appearing before your lordship with the Justice Ogola in Mombasa. At no time did anybody ever open his mouth and say to me that, Khaminwa, this Justice Ogola is this, is this, is this, is this. Nobody ever did it. My Lord, Mr. Justice Murimu, I've had the privilege of appearing before you in many cases. There are cases where you have given me rulings. There are cases where you have not given me orders at all. But at no stage did I ever entertain an idea that there is something wrong with Justice Murimu. We have confidence in all of you. But now we have this concept of perception. There are some people who feel very strongly that Justice Ogola should be out. Justice Murimu should be out. And let me judge, may I say, I'm letting you, I'm not discriminating against you. I'm one who has fought for rights of women. And I kept on shouting very loudly that we want women judges. I have not had the fortune of appearing before you very often.
You have them a couple of times.
I was sorry. My memory is letting me down. But my Lord, may I say, I have had the opportunity of appearing before you. And may I say this much, my Lord, if you go and check Judicial Service Commission records, you will not find a single letter from John Khaminwa complaining against any judge. I have never done such a thing at all. It's because I've got confidence in our judges. I've got confidence in our magistrates that they deliver justice. But I'm just saying you, my lords and my ladies, if at this time we have some people who feel very strongly in the camp because they may not get justice before you are told, please walk out. Don't continue to hear the case. And indeed, the people who are saying that your lordships or my lady do not hear these cases, when they are speaking, you cannot really criticize them. They have got some valid complaints. My Lord, United States of America, which I had the opportunity and the privilege of getting and studying their jurisprudence, they gave me additional legal education. United States of America, which has an impeachment provisions like a Kenya, for 200 years, there is no president or deputy president who has been impeached and the impeachment has succeeded. None at all. None at all. Kenya, a young country which got the first constitution involving impeachment provisions, came into operation in 2010 And in 2024, we are now being told the deputy president has been impeached successfully, has been found guilty. Is it unreasonable to suspect there is something wrong? Is it unreasonable to suspect that someone is doing something wrong? Gachagua may be an artist, may not be probably properly educated, but he's a deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Why should he be the first one within such a short time to be impeached in the country? Can't you suspect there is something wrong? That you are not doing some things properly? That America, which has had impeachment provisions for 200 years, has never successfully convicted someone for impeachment for a politician.
Thank you, Dr. Khaminwa. Thank you very much.
May I say thank you, but may I say with your respect, I would appreciate if you would uphold my circumstances. Thank you.
Just 2 minutes, my lords.